Hello. Hi, welcome to day 6. How to start your grant writing business, day 6. We're going to go through some tips and tools on how to break up the monotony. Because let's be honest, grant writing can be boring. And some tips and some tools that I use and utilize, kind of like my personal grants assistant to help me manage grants as they come in. Because some months you can have anywhere from 8 to 10 grants due and reports due in 1 month. So some hacks that I use, some tips that I use that I can share with you to help you manage a number of grants, and how to just not it gets so dull and boring. So one thing that I do that really helps out a lot is having a what I call like a grant guide or a grant template. It really helps out a lot. So I can go through some of those things with you. But for those that are just joining, we're going on our journey, 50 days to starting your grant writing business. And today we're on day 6. Um, as you see in the topic, how to start your grant writing business, some ways to break up the monotony, ways to assist you with multiple grant applications due within a month or even within a week, how to manage a lot of reporting that you have to get done. So I would utilize what I call as like a grant guide, grant assistant, grant tool, or like a grant template. So people call it where they keep their boilerplate language. You can use a Word document. Some people use Microsoft OneNote, and they just edit it accordingly, especially as things are changing so rapidly, especially now in this COVID world that we're living in. So I would suggest that you build a grant tool. Start with the grant document. Use Microsoft Word and put all your information in there. So generally, you'll need things about your organization, starting with your mission statement, the organization's vision, your background of the nonprofit, which includes your history, how it became to be, and how it was formed. Also include on there how your organization is different from other housing services. So if you provide homeless services, housing services for clients in your community, you want to include on there on your template as well the differentiation. For instance, if you are providing housing services, you want to share maybe that you all address the root causes of homelessness, and your clients can work with clinical, they can be able to receive clinical services, where they can work with social workers and get assistance with mental health services, assistance with basic life skills, budgeting, um, cooking classes, just simple life skills, even how to make a grocery list based off of your budget, things like that. Um, Even cooking and cleaning classes. So all these like basic life skills that you can offer your clients. So you can share how you have programs in place to help them address the root causes that they have. And you can also define homelessness as those that are living on the street. Some organizations define it that way, and then some define it as anyone that does not have a permanent resident. That could be people that are couch surfing, that could be people living in their cars, that could be people that are just bouncing from home to home. So you also want to make sure that your organization defines that terminology as well. So your template or your grant guide will have on it, it should include your mission, the organization's mission, or your nonprofit's mission, your nonprofit's vision. If you all have any internal, what do they call them? Like service priorities that everyone is focused on, like whether that's the staff. Our guide is we're led by our integrity, different other things, like solutions, excellence that we manage our programs by, we live by, as well as we encourage our clients to live by those as well. So you want to include that on your template. You also want to have in there your statement of need, which addresses any static statistics that you have about your area and the services you provide. Like for instance, um, across America, 500,000 people can be found being homeless, or can be found as being living as homeless or living on the street. And in the metro area of my city, or my town, or the community that you're in, we can have as many as 15,000 homeless individuals. And these are some of the things that we do to address that. And other stats that you have as well that you want to share. Any statistics that you have concerning homelessness, any statistics that you have about poverty rates, any statistics that you have about it being generational. So you want to build out your statement of need and share that in your on your boilerplate or your template, your grant guide as well, to address some of those things. So you're going to talk about your mission, your vision, the history of your organization, differentiation, how you stand out from similar organizations providing the same services, a statement of need, which is your essentially your problem statement. What is the problem based off of stats, based off of statistics, based off of data that you found that supports your problem statement, and then how your organization is implementing your program. So what services do you provide? How are you all providing a holistic approach to the problem? Services that you provide your clients, what that looks like, services or products that you offer, and you want to go on that as well. Also, you want to talk about any other implementation timeline for a specific project that you may be applying for, and address your program outcomes as well, and talk about how you are evaluating your program. So you want to definitely stress the outcomes, things that you have found to be a result of the services that you are providing, testimonies you have, how you are able to serve so many clients within a 12-month, the last fiscal year, and so many were able to receive housing, receive job training, go into full-time positions where they're able to receive livable wages, and they're able to essentially maintain their life, take care of themselves, take care of their family as well. So you want to address that in your outcomes and address how you're evaluating your program. What evaluations do you all have in place to evaluate your programs and services that you offer? So you want to build all this out in your grant guide, in your grant template, and generally proposals they'll ask for, well, funders will ask for you to include in your proposal any key sources of support, recent sources of support, any foundations that have supported your causes, or corporate foundations, or even government support. So you want to list those out, whether it be family foundations, banks, list all those out, as well as the amount of support that they provided to you. Even if there was any anonymous donations, you want to include that. Just list it out as anonymous, and the amount. Any key personnel, key staff, senior staff, the executive director, bio, their certifications in education, senior program leads, and these, so forth and so on. So list all of your senior staff. Make sure you have somewhere where you keep all that information, so you don't have to scramble for it every time. I would suggest you keep it all in a Word document or other software that you utilize that can assist you with that. Anything else? Board of directors. Of course, you want to list your board of directors on your document, and I would suggest you have a separate file with your board list, their names, titles, information. Even if they're retired, list out that information, where they work, and things as well. As also, partnerships are very important to include. You want to include any key partners that you have that are essentially responsible for you running a successful program. So list out your partners, their roles at your organization, how they help support you, help you reach your mission. So I know some nonprofits partner with probably 30 plus other nonprofits. And I would just list out the ones, if it's a specific project, that's specific to that project, but if it's your general operations, I would list out the key partners, key partnerships, and based on the funder, who is important that you share with them as a key supporter, as a key partner into fulfilling your mission. So kind of have a conversation with your funder. You know them and you know what they're looking for. You will know what to put in there, but if not, that's when I would encourage you to have those conversations. Other things to include: volunteer opportunities. Specifically, if you're sending a bank proposal, they like to include that as well. They like to know volunteer opportunities that their staff can participate in, any volunteer days that they can come on site and provide services, lend their hand in helping you all help provide services to client. If it's like a cleanup day, helping in if it's again using the homeless shelter as an example. If they can help, help online, help on site in the shelter, so different things like that. So make sure you have all your volunteer opportunities listed out and who the point of contact is for your volunteer to team, for your team to, for those to contact as a volunteer. If you have a volunteer coordinator, volunteer manager, that they can contact them directly. Any recognition opportunities that your nonprofit has been involved in, whether it's being recognized as a top nonprofit or best place to work, or any type of recognition that you receive, even features and membership organizations, or any type of recognition, you want to share that as well. You want to include this on your grant guide as well. So if that question comes available and you want to make sure you provide detailed information, you already have that, and you can drop that information in there as well. Now a lot of a lot of funders are looking for the breakdown, staff breakdown, the ethnic breakdown of your staff, well, specifically of the senior leaders as well as the board. So you can collect all that information and have it as well. If they ask for separate bios of senior leaders, you want that information, to collect that information as well. It's probably best to keep that information, those details, in a separate document as your board, so that you can pull it as needed. But for your main grant guide or your main grant template, I would just list out your board of directors and where they work and your key staff members. So again, you want to include a vision, mission, your differentiation, how your organization stands out to other organizations that provide similar services. The history of your nonprofit is good information to put on your guide as well. Other things you can include is your services. List out all the services that you provide. Top funders who will support or provide specific dollar support to your organization, your implementation, what that looks like, if it's a specific timeline, how are you implementing your services. You want to list out your program outcomes and your evaluation, how you evaluate your program. I'm reading all of this so I don't miss anything. Also, you want to include organization sustainability. How are you sustaining your programs if all funders and donors were to go away, which would really suck, and that's hopefully that wouldn't happen. You would just want to share how your organization sustains your program. You still want to list out, of course, you get funds from grants and donors, but you want to list out other ways that your organization is bringing in revenue, any type of support, any in-kind donations, any type of what helps you to sustain this program. How does it run? How does it maintain? Not specifically highlighting grants, but outside of grants and donations, how does your organization maintain its services? They wanted to see how you speak to the sustainability of your nonprofit and its infrastructure. That really speaks to your infrastructure. So make sure that's something that you collect and have on your guide as well. Anything else that I think anyone else include that I may have missed, let me know. I have this document that I put together like a general general grant guide that I've shared in the past, and I can possibly share this. I'll decide if I want to share this with you, but do sign up. Go to junefirstfirm.com to get tips and tools and resources on starting your grant writing business. We're on our journey to 50 days to starting your grant writing business, and to get information and other videos and recordings of trainings that I've done these past 6 days. We're on day 6. Please sign up at junefirstfirm.com. The link is in my bio, and you can drop in your email and you'll be added to the list. So please sign up for that as well, and you'll get all the tips, tools, and resources. So if you're the lone grant writer, you're the main grant writer at your nonprofit, at your organization, and you are responsible for turning in essentially all of the grants, responsible for doing all of the reporting, I would suggest you put together a grant guide and list out all your different specific topics that you need to include in your that general questions that are asked and proposals that help you put them together much more quicker than going back and forth and trying to find information. You'll have everything all in one place, and of course, you will update this document accordingly as you're going throughout the year. But I would definitely put together a grant guide. It would help guide you. It help you. It can be operate like your grants assistant and provide you the information that you need. Again, you will just update it as needed accordingly, and just keep it active and keep it up to date. So I hope this information was useful and helpful for you. Tomorrow will be day 7, and I'll send out what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So again, sign up, junefirstfirm.com. The link is in my bio. Drop in your email. Yesterday, we just simply talked about what is a grant for those who are new to grant writing. And today I talked about ways to help you not miss the deadlines and manage your workload with a grant guide and what to include on there as well. And tomorrow will be day 7, and I'll share that topic with you as well for those who are getting these emails. So expect that email later on this evening. I won't take up any more of your time. I know it's a Saturday. A lot of people are not working on today, and we're going to take this time to rest and enjoy our weekend. So I hope this information was useful for you. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, my contact information is in the bio. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow's day 7, and we're on our way. 50 days to starting your grant writing business. For those who've been working in the grant field and you're interested in consulting, consulting has piqued your interest and you're interested in starting your grant writing business while you're at your 9 to 5, I can give you some tips, tools, and resources. The best way to do that without even having to leave your 9 to 5, you can do this while working. I've been doing so since 2015, consulting since 2015, some full-time and part-time throughout this time, and I can help you, guide you, some best practices, best resources to make sure that you can launch your grant writing business the right way instead of fumbling and figuring things out like I did. So hopefully this information is helpful, hopefully it's useful, and sign up again at junefirstfirm.com, link in my bio, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 7. Bye-bye.